Greetings, pilots, aviators, and aviation fans. This is Mike, the Chili Dog pilot. Today we're doing a cross-country flight. We are going to depart from Doylestown and fly north to Skyhaven, which is located in a small town of Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania, which is just a few miles north of the town of Wilkes-Barre. So the pre-flight is done, so let's get on our way. So here we are taking off from runway 05. One of the things you'll notice in that video is I had a fan attached to the windscreen, and part of that was I'm trying to find a way to keep my cameras cool because the reality is the cockpit becomes a bit of a greenhouse with the sunlight. The fan seems to work. It's keeping the cameras up there in the front cool, so we're going to continue to experiment with that. The other thing I'm experimenting with is camera positions and trying to figure out what is the best combo of camera positions that brings the best video to you. So from my perspective, I think what I'm going to land with is one camera facing out front, as you see now, another camera facing me as the pilot, and then a third camera focusing on the instrument panel. Later on this flight, you're going to find that we're going to take the opportunity to have to go IFR for our return back to Doylestown, and I missed the opportunity to capture some of the instrument conditions and scans while I was flying en route. And then what you see there right by my head is our 360 camera. I think what I'm going to do going forward is utilize that either in the front, left, or right windscreen. I did move the camera while en route to Skyhaven, so you could see that later on. So originally the weather conditions when I looked at the forecast was clear skies with light and variable winds. What we're seeing instead, though, is a nice cloud layer that's starting to build up about 5,500 feet. Realizing that I was VFR, I think I took one of the two options that I had available to me. The first one would obviously be to call up approach and ask for an instrument, to file an instrument plan. Or in this case, what I did is I maneuvered to a large gap in the clouds and descended down to 4,500 feet and took the flight up to Skyhaven VFR. And then on the return trip, I decided to go ahead and file an IFR flight plan, and we'll capture that in a few minutes.
Number 4076 Romeo, Wilkes-Barre approach, Wilkes altimeter 3012.
Okay, with us safely below the layer of clouds, we are approaching Skyhaven Airport. Off to the left there is Wilkes-Barre International.
Number 8733 Echo, contact Boston Center 134.3.
Okay, so that's Skyhaven right to our nose, and as you can see, it's nestled in between three sets of hills, and so it makes for an interesting approach, which I always find to be pretty interesting. Just as a side note, Griggs Aviation is in those red buildings that are right on the nose. That is where I had my instrument panel updated and installed.
Skyhaven traffic, Tomahawk is downwind, runway 19, Skyhaven.
The first few times I flew into this airport, I used to fly in between the hill that's off the wing as well as the other hill. I've gotten better with flying a tighter pattern into this airport now that I've gotten more familiar with the geography that's surrounding the airport.
And Skyhaven traffic, Tomahawk's left base, runway 19, Skyhaven. And Skyhaven traffic, Tomahawk is going final, runway 19, Skyhaven.
Okay, now that we have arrived nicely at Skyhaven, I went ahead and filed an IFR flight plan for the return trip to Doylestown, and I'm glad I did because we ended up getting a decent amount of actual time.
And Skyhaven traffic, Tomahawk 96 X-ray, departing runway 19, Skyhaven.
It took me about 10 minutes to both file the flight plan as well as get clearance from Wilkes-Barre. I was given pretty much an immediate departure with Wilkes-Barre, so here we are departing runway 19, heading south. Our route of flight was direct to Allentown VOR, then Yardley VOR, direct to Doylestown Airport. We did get a couple vectors along the way.
And Skyhaven traffic, Tomahawk is departing to the south, Skyhaven. And Wilkes-Barre approach, Tomahawk 1996 X-ray, about 2 miles south of Skyhaven, 1,400 for 4,000.
Tomahawk 1996 X-ray, Wilkes-Barre departure, Wilkes altimeter 3012, ident, climb maintain 8,000.
Okay, ident and climb and maintain 8,000 for 96 X-ray.
Tomahawk 96 X-ray radar contact, 1 mile south of Skyhaven Airport.
Position checks, 96 X-ray.
Tomahawk 96 X-ray, man altitude, climb maintain 6,000.
Okay, 6,000 for 96 X-ray.
Roger, thank you, 374. Cessna 03 uniform traffic just departed Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport off of runway 22 is a Cherokee 1,400 climbing. Will be turning north-northwest bound to the practice area.
Push, climbing 6,500 with jumpers, Hazelton.
Number 5 Alpha Alpha, Wilkes-Barre approach, Wilkes altimeter 3012, ident.
3012, 5 Alpha Alpha.
Number 5 Alpha Alpha, radar contact, where altitude you climbing to?
5 Alpha Alpha, climbing to 6.5 initially, and then we're going to see what we can get after that.
Roger.
I spent about 25 minutes in actual IMC conditions. A lot of that was what you're seeing here, popping in and out of clouds. Rather than give you 25 minutes of that scenery, I did edit it down a little bit, and we'll transition to our approach into Doylestown. So flying IMC in my Tomahawk does take a bit of concentration. I do not have an autopilot, so this is all hand flying. And you're greeted with a little bit of sarcasm from me because I realized I spent 25 minutes in the clouds without talking at all to the camera.
Right now you're seeing the sheer concentration of a guy who's flying IFR with no autopilot. Yeah, I think it's funny, today I was catching myself, I was doing a lot of right turn tendency. I mean, correcting it, but that was just kind of my default is...
Log 1909 X-ray, contact Allentown approach 124.45 today.
Okay, we're at Allentown, 12445, have a good day, 45 with, or correction, 96 X-ray. And good afternoon, Allentown approach, Tomahawk 1996 X-ray, level 6000.
Tomahawk 1996 X-ray, Allentown approach, Allentown altimeter 3011.
Okay, 3011, 96 X-ray.
As I was saying before the radio call, I did find myself having a tendency to turn right slightly during the IMC portion of the flight. I was able to catch it and correct it, but for some reason that was just the tendency for that day. It's always good to be aware of what you're doing and to make sure you're taking actions to address any of those issues.
Number 906 X-ray, descend to maintain 4000, you're cleared direct Doylestown Airport.
Okay, down to 4000 and direct Doylestown for Tomahawk 96 X-ray.
Approach 0, Papa Charlie, I'm still getting bounced in the soup, appreciate it lower. Zero Papa Charlie, to maintain 4,000. 4,000, 0 Papa Charlie. November 1996 X-ray, how's the flight conditions at 4,000?
4000 is fine for 96 X-ray, and also when I get to the edge of your airspace, I can just go VFR.
96 X-ray, roger, appreciate that. And 0 Papa Charlie, the aircraft's about 10 miles ahead, you said 4,000 is good. Appreciate that, 0 Papa Charlie. Skyhawk 3 Papa November, return left heading 250.
250, 3 Papa November.
96 X-ray, turn 20 degrees right, vector behind that traffic.
Okay, 20 degrees right for 96 X-ray.
And 96 X-ray, you're about 5 miles from the boundary. Was your plan still to cancel with me, or did you want to talk to Philly? They did take the handoff.
I can cancel with you and go VFR at this time for 96 X-ray.
96 X-ray, roger. IFR cancellation received. Radar service terminates. Falcon VFR. For exchange approved. Use caution. There are multiple aircraft in the vicinity of Lake Nockamix and doing airwork at below 3,000.
Okay, 96 X-ray, Falcon VFR. Thank you for your help. Have a good day.
You too.
Approach, good afternoon. November 528 Sierra Victor, level 3000.
Doylestown traffic, number 205, Foxtrot Golf, turn in. Final for runway 05, Doylestown traffic.
And Doylestown traffic, Tomahawk is midfield, left downwind, runway 5, Doylestown.
Alexander traffic, Utah, jump into the air.
And Doylestown traffic, Tomahawk's turning left base, runway 5, Doylestown.
Doylestown traffic, number 828 Foxtrot Golf, turning left crossing runway 5, Doylestown.
10-minute traffic, 7995 Golf, taking runway 7, close down.
Doylestown traffic, Tomahawk's turning final, runway 5, Doylestown.
Doylestown traffic, 205 Foxtrot Golf, cleared over the runway, taxiing back Doylestown.
Doylestown traffic, number 828 Foxtrot Golf, turning left downwind runway 5, Doylestown.
Well, as always, I appreciate you taking a flight with me. I do apologize that I did not have a camera on the instrument panel. I'm going to make that more of a standard view going forward because I think a lot of these times, especially in instrument weather, it's good to see what that panel looks like. More importantly, I appreciate you taking the time to fly with me. As always, please hit subscribe, share this with others, and hit the bell so that way you're notified when new videos post.